back out. Big bags on as well, and I'm moving. So, first off, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Moffat Mountain Adventures, and I'm Robert, as always. Now, I'm on a belter of a trip this time. You can probably see by the background straight away huge clues as to where I'm at. I'm not even going to tease you with this one or wait for you halfway through the video to find out. I'm in Glen Coe. My plan at the moment, I'm camping up there somewhere. It's a munro called Stob Coire Raineach. I was up there a couple of years ago on this channel as well. It was actually one of my very first videos in this channel. However, when I got to the summit, it was a wasp nest or a bee's nest or something like that up on the in the cairn. So I could barely touch it and no more. I had to kind of run off it. However, recently I've been thinking I'm sure there was places to camp up there. I'm sure there were pictureable spots. And then I seen a video by a guy called Hiking with Frank. Brilliant video where he pretty much just tackles munros, dealing with little adventures, and you know, some of his drone footage is just incredible. But recently he went and done this one, and when I seen the drone footage, I'm like, ha, you dancer. I'm sure there's a couple of nice pitches for this. So that's the plan. There's a reason why I'm picking this mountain, and and it will kind of lead on to what I'm doing for the rest of this week. But I'll talk about that when I get to the top. I just wanted to introduce myself here before we get further, because I'm going to get my head down and crack on. And behind me, a real kind of iconic view into Glen Coe of the Raineach Bridge. Anyway, I'm going to put the camera away, crack on with some stepping, and it won't be too long before I've got some good height in here and we're close to the crux of this journey today. It's a short one, it's a short hike. Right, join me back further up the hill. So that's me at the Buachaille, in between the munro that I'm going up, Stob Coire Raineach, and the munro behind me, Stob Coire. And this little section of rock is called the Buachaille Etive Beg, or as we like to call it, the wee Buachaille. I think you want to see by the camera, but even this place here is a stunning place to pitch your tent. I have been kind of tempted to go with this tonight as well, just because of what's coming up tomorrow, which I'm going to explain when I get set up. However, I've had it in my head that I want to camp up there for a while, so I'm just going to get it done, because from here it's about 15-minute walk-ish, just a bit of a steep pull, like 100 metres or so, and then we're there. And then once I find my pitch, I should have an absolutely awesome view looking down into the glen, over into the Grey Corries as well, and Ben Nevis, which I can already see just peeking out. So a little bit higher up we'll have a cracker of a view. So as we always say, take the risk, take the reward. I'm going to go for this. It just means a little touch longer to get back in the morning, but again, I'll explain that later. But for now I'm going to sit for a wee bit, and then yeah, get this little pull done. Stunning, eh? Sorry to give you a tap. And that is the summit point of Stob Coire Raineach. So there is quite a few flat pitches now I see. I always want to go to where it drops off, but it's quite far away down there. So I'm going to have a wee look down there for a wee pitch. I gotta be honest, I'm pretty hacked off right now, and I'll explain why it is. I've sat down, I've made a complete schoolboy error. It's just thrown my head, it really has. For what I've got coming up the next couple of days, what I've done, oh Jesus, honestly. I'll explain. Yeah, it's not a big deal to some, but to me, for running this channel, it's a pretty big deal. So I'll explain when I sit once I've got the tent up and found a picture. You know, it's just, I'm gutted. All I can see, I'm gutted. But anyway, 9:25. So quite a short munro. It's taken me about an hour and a half or so walking wise. I've been going dead slow and taking camera and stuff like that, and I stopped at the Buachaille for a wee bit as well. Yeah, let's go and find a pitch and we'll get the tent up. So I've been walking around for about 10-15 minutes, and I think what I've got here might just be the pitch for the night. Lovely view looking down onto the Blackwater Reservoir, Glencoe, and we've got the Buachaille there, so I'll give you a proper view in a minute. But I think what I'll do is let's get time lapse on the go, so I can get the tent up, and I'll get settled in it, and then I'll explain why I'm angry at myself. Yeah, gee whiz. Anyway, tent's going up now. I'll join you back in a wee minute. Oh, what a view. Well, let's see if this pitch is any good then. Never quite sure until you actually get into your tent, and especially when you're on a mountain, you're never going to be 100% happy with your pitch. I'm going to tuck that in quite nice. It's one of them, you've probably seen it a few times on my channel where I'm using this little tent here, the 4-class MT 900 tarp tent. The little door pops open. So I've brought my little magnets again. Hopefully that'll solve that problem as well. But for now, it seems to be okay. So let's get in about the tent. I'll get everything set up, and we can sit down and go over the views together, and probably show you what I've got in front of me. And yeah, and I'll talk about why I'm a little bit annoyed with myself. Aye, okay. I'll join you back in a minute once I'm all set up for the camp for the night. So I'm going to set up on a rock. Tent's just down there. I'll give you some overlays of what I'm looking at right now. I've got the Blackwater Reservoir just straight ahead of me, and then Munros looking lovely actually. It's cleared up really nicely. Buachaille anyway out in distance as well. The kind of typical views that you get when you're up in Glen Coe. I've got the Great Quarries just ahead of me. Ben Nevis is the only one that's in the cloud right now actually. But what's annoyed me tonight is I went and I've done the same thing I did a hike me and Gary did last year, and that is I brought the drone up here but then went and left the controller. Oh, I'm gutted. And it's not so much for tonight, although there's no wind tonight, so perfect for getting the drone up. But what's really got to me is that we've got 2 days coming up in a place called Knoydart. It's a place that I've been avoiding going until I knew the good conditions. Get the drone up and just give this channel what I always feel like I want, is that just that ultimate style video. And where I am right now, just to give you the drop I've got here, just down in that valley there. I'll try and get at that. Like, without the drone, it doesn't do it justice. Oh, no. Oh, there's a lesson to be learnt there, and it's just not to rush when you're packing. But never mind. So anyway, I'm gonna get back to the tent and start getting some dinner. At least I've got something pretty tasty to have for dinner, and hopefully I remember to press play this time, because on my last camp I forgot to film it. So I don't think I'm having a good run these videos lately. I don't know. Oh yes. Just put some footage up now of what I've got cooked, and that's my steak and rice. I did the rice, one of them Uncle Ben's packs, you know. And what I've done was just add a wee bit of water into the pan, so then it just kind of helps to hydrate it as it's getting cooked rather than sticking to the pan. And of course a wee bit of my little spray, I think it's olive oil spray I've got at the moment. And then with the steak there, I've done my olive oil spray, but I added a wee touch of whiskey on it just to see if it would sizzle out a bit more and see what it's like. I've heard someone do that before, really, you know, whiskey up their steaks. And then I'm washing it down with a can of Desperado. I've got one in the cars for tomorrow, and I've got a can of Coke, a couple of other bits and bobs, and that's got to be me. And then I'll see how they. I wasn't really expecting to get much of a sunset, but it's just over there. But we'll go out and have a look, and hopefully sunrise is all right. And then I need to be packed away really early for the rest of this weekend trip, which will be in another video. Anyway, time for some food. Got to catch up some YouTube. I know I definitely got the Geordie Well Campers want to catch up on. He's the one that goes live tonight for him is the one that me and him did at Pillar. So I'm looking forward to see how he got on with that one. So I'm going to watch that now, and then I'll check back in a bit. Cheers, everybody. Oh, this is a viewing point. Oh. So, that bank of water is looking down into Buachaille. You can just about see the Buachaille Bridge. Clouds are just starting to come over over Buachaille in the Lost Valley. It's just come over, so I'll probably be possibly in the Clag soon. So I'll make the most of it while I can. Entering, obviously, the Raineach Ridge, straight ahead of me there. Big pointy one, Stob Coire Raineach, and right in the clouds behind there's Ben Nevis. Down in the valley, you can see Jimmy Savile's old house. Then, obviously the grey quarries, quite obvious which ones that group is. And then there's a wee hill. I'm just pointing over now. You can see, if you look at the West Highland Way, there's the Devil's Staircase is quite obvious. And then where the highest point is, if where I'm pointing my finger, that is where me and Caitlin camped in the winter. That was that camp we did. It was when we made the wee snowman. It was fantastic. I think I spied a tent somewhere earlier on, somewhere up there, but I've lost sight of it now. Yeah, and of course, the infamous Benacruist, or as I keep kind of calling it in the channel wrongly, Benacruistly. That's the one that I've camped on a couple of times on the channel, and also the one where I had a big nasty fall. So, yeah, that was fun. Then, in the far away in the distance, got Schiehallion, and the big pointy one. It's quite obvious from Glen Coe how easy it is to see it from here. And then the Buachaille, Stob Coire. From this side you can really see the path winding its way up to the summit. Last time I was up there would have been, I think, last June with Terry, during that road trip we did. And then we got into the rest of the Glencoe hills. We can actually see a little point from where the ski centre comes down over at Creasy and Milbury. and then we've got the Mountains behind us, and then over there, far away in the distance, is a Mule Cruising, and then yeah, far away in the distance, the Ben Starrard range, and many others that I'm not good enough to name. So I thought I'd bring you up here and show you my 360 in a bit more detail. I've given you little pointers throughout the night, but yeah, and now I think it's just a little chill starting to come in, so I'm actually just going to get back into the tent, I think, and get cosy for the night, and get some programs on, I think, and chill for a couple of hours before it's time for the lights out. Here's everybody. Oh hi. Well, it's getting late, so it's probably time I think I'll get in a few hours sleep. But before I do, I thought I'd explain why I picked this camping pitch tonight. So this is the Buachaille Etive Beg, and we're on the summit of Stob Coire Raineach, one I'd done before a couple of years ago, as I mentioned earlier on. But I know coming up here was taking about an hour and a bit. I took my time, but I could have done it in an hour if I wanted to do it. And likewise, back down to the car, I reckon I could probably get down there in about 45 minutes if I really want to give it a good push, I won't. I'll go a little bit slower because I want to make sure my legs stay fresh. Because tomorrow the aim is to get down quick, packed away. I want to get to Fort William and get some supplies picked up. And then we've got the 2-day adventure coming up, the Knoydart adventure. Now, Knoydart, you get there in two ways. You either go via a walk, which is about a 20-mile walk, I think it is. It takes you through Nambarasdale, and eventually you either camp there, or you can go to where we're going. Now, we're going to a place called Inveree. Now, to get to Inveree, the best way to do it, and the most exciting way, I wanted something different for the channel, is to go in this tiny little, they call it a ferry, but I think a ferry's been quite generous to the thing, you'll see what I mean on the next video, because it will be the next video. But we go from the lake to Inveree, and it's going to be a 2-day adventure over there, so I'm really excited about that. I don't want to keep harping on about it, so apologies for mentioning it again, but I am a bit annoyed that I've left my drone. Anyway, I've rambled on, a couple of drinks, just to settle the nerves and all that. You always do when you do wild camps. So, I don't talk about this much, and I don't know if it's the right place to talk about it, but I always find I get anxiety when I come in these places until you get settled. There's always anxiety of, is there going to be a pitch? Are you going to be safe? And even now, I might wake up halfway through the night and a stag's gone through my tent. There is stags on this mountain. There's always that little bit, but the more you do it, the more you get comfortable in it, But anyway, I'm going to sign off for tonight. I've kind of rambled on more. This is meant to be, honestly, I want this to be more like a 15-minute video tops, just so that I can give you a nice little show of Glen Coe before we do the big epic trek to Knoydart. But I've probably got a bit more footage in that already. So anyway, I'm going to say goodnight. Sorry for rambling and sorry for complaining. I'm not going to complain much more than this. I'll sleep it off, and I'll feel great about it in the morning, I'm sure. And I'll have some ideas on how to be inventive with my footage. But thank you for tuning in. I'm off. I'll see you in the morning. Good night from Buachaille Etive Beg in Glencoe. Oh, good morning. And it's barely morning. It's just after 4:30. As I mentioned, previously already that you know, the plan for me today is to be continuing heading north towards Mallaig, where I'll be getting the ferry, but I want to get to Fort William first. So I'm up early, I'm going to get packed away and get down the road. So with that being said, everything's already packed inside. I just need to get the tent stripped down and I'm going to start walking. So get that done now. Sun's just about starting to peak, but clouds too thick, so we're not going to see anything, so there's no point waiting for the sunrise. So just going to get skedaddling down there and give myself a bit more time to get what I need in Fort William before I continue this. So let's get tent away, and then I think the next time I'll do is I'll check back in with you guys, probably when I'm closer to the bottom of where the car is. There's a nice wee water feature, let's say, and I'll check back in with. But it's just the same route I'm going. It's an out and back that I'm doing here, so I don't need to do anything different. But and unless something dramatically changes, I'll join you back closer to the bottom once I've got the tent away. Right. One last look over to the big boys, beach in Milan, and then Ben Never still on the Clag. I was pitched just behind that little rock there. Aye, okay, cool. Well, I think without further ado, it's back to the car, and I'll make a wee piece to camera when I get back down closer to the bottom. But for me, I'm going to stay warm because it is quite nippy this morning, and get down. Right, let's go. Right guys, I'm going to end my wee Glen Coe adventure here, looking down on the Three Sisters waterfalls. I was going to walk down there, but I really am pushed for time today, so obviously we've been there before on the channel, but we'll be there again. Actually somewhere I really want to take Caitlin and get her in there swimming. She loves a wee bit of wild swimming. Anyway, next videos should be Noid Art, which will be something special. But for me, Robert Moffat Adventures, thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for putting up my moaning this time as well. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next adventure. Take care, stay safe everybody.